Today, we shall be talking about shopping safely in Nigerian markets this Christmas. As we know, Christmas is a time for celebrating with our loved ones and celebrating the love and joy of the season. It's also a time where we do a lot of shopping and buy a lot of gifts for our friends, our families, and loved ones. But shopping in the Nigerian open market, it can be a bit of a challenge, especially if you don't know the local customs, or maybe you are visiting Nigeria for the holidays, or you're not used to. Even if you're used to the Nigerian market, it can be quite a challenge, especially during the season where everyone is rushing and bustling and going to the market. I remember how it used to be when we would go to the market when we were small with our mother, how crowded it would be. In fact, sometimes it will be body against body because the crowd will be so much, especially a week and a few days to Christmas. So in this video, I shall be sharing tips for shopping safely and for avoiding being scammed in Nigerian markets, not supermarkets, open markets. Which markets do you have around you? Here we have so many. The ones that immediately come to mind are 3 Mile 1, Oil Mill, Fruit Garden. How many of these markets are around you which you can name and which people usually go to shop for in the season? I'll be in the comment section watching and reading for those markets. First, all markets are not equal. I'm sure we know that. We know those markets that you go and you get discounts. You know those markets that if you want to buy food stuff, you go at 5 a.m. and you get those foodstuffs really cheap. In my environment is the Sangana 5 a.m. morning market. You know those markets that if you go, you get clothes, thrift clothes and all that really cheap. In my environment, you have oil mill markets. There are so many of those markets. Our markets are known for being very colorful, very vibrant, having a wide array of goods, displayed, especially those vegetable markets. Like those are vegetable markets. You see the way they display the tomatoes and everything, the food stuff, the clothing, like you can see them, you can feel them, you can haggle. In fact, that's one of the things I like about, our open markets in Nigeria. You cannot go to a supermarket and begin to say, they tell you 5,000 and you say, no, I have 1,000. They'll send you out of the place. But in our open markets, you can haggle and get a good bargain. Even though that's good, it's also possible that you can be scammed because you can go there and buy something for 1,000, which somebody bought for 100 naira or 500 naira. That's one of the things that I really don't like about our open markets. Am I the only one that always feels when we go to the market like I've been ripped off? Especially when you ask somebody, when somebody tells you the price and the person tells you 500 and you say 200 and they say take, and then you feel like, maybe I could have said 100 naira, maybe she would have agreed, maybe she has sold the 100 naira to somebody else. Am I the only one that feels like that? The first thing I will tell you is, if you're new in a particular environment, maybe you don't live in the town, maybe somebody from Lagos comes into Port Harcourt, for instance, ask the locals around where you can get the best discount. Like, what are the price ranges of some things before you go into shop? They can point you in the right direction of the best market to get certain things in the area. Now, once you know the market to go and what to buy or what you want to buy and which of the markets to get the best things or the best whatever you're looking for, the next thing to remember is what you want to buy, to have it at the back of your mind, and then how much you're going to spend, especially this season where you have so much to buy. So once you have a budget within mind that, okay, I'm going to buy 10 items, and for these 10 items, I'm not going to spend 10,000, for instance, it guides you and helps you to stay within budget and avoid the pitfall of overspending or being scammed because you see something you really like and you're desperate to buy. Also prevent you from getting overwhelmed with choices and overspending. When you are in the market, be cautious. In this period, like I said, it is almost like a body-on-body movement. People are usually pushing, shoving, struggling to get through. At that moment in time, you can forget your safety, because you just want to get through. A lot of these persons that are rubbing on you and struggling, some of them are pickpockets. So at every point in time, be conscious of, where you are, of your safety, of where you kept your money or whatever you want to use to shop. Now, what I usually try to do whenever I'm going to the open market is to dress down as much as possible. Don't wear your flashy jewelry or your most expensive clothes so that you don't become a soft target for pickpockets or even overzealous retailers. Have you gone to some places where, they sell something for far cheaper and as you land, the price changes? That is why, as much as possible, you see me when I'm going to the Nigerian market, I dress really, really, really down, like my most basic outfits. An important second tip is to keep an eye on your valuables, like I said. Always remember where you kept your wallet, where you kept your money. So if you have somebody in that direction pressing up on you, you can be insistent and know how to protect yourself and to guide yourself. If you can, as much as possible, pay with your debit card. Of course, that means that you have to also keep an eye on your debit card because they are far, far easier to snatch in the open market. Do not be afraid to haggle and bargain. Whenever you go to the market and they tell you a price, do not jump to accept the price. Even though some of them are being insistent, try to offer a lower price to see if the vendor or the retailer will accept it. Just try to be as respectful as possible. Like, have you gone to these markets and they have all sorts of rules? I went to a market one time because, sometimes I forget myself and use my left hand. I forgot myself this particular day and use my left hand. You need to see the fight. In fact, what saved me was my auntie that joined me that day. The woman was so angry that I used my left hand and then I touched her waist. So be respectful. Even when they tell you those prices, don't begin to fight and to insult them. And they will tell you in a market at the end of the day, and they have tried. So you say what you have. If it doesn't work for you, respectfully move. Be alert and aware of your surroundings. And when you go to the market, it just feels sometimes like a lot of things are going on at the same time. I know I'm sounding as if I'm repetitive, but I'm going somewhere with this. You go to the market and there's a preacher preaching, somebody ringing some bell, somebody playing music, somebody shouting out to people to come and buy what they are selling. There's always something going on. If you can, go in groups. It helps when everybody is in some kind of circle, looking out for each other. Another tip is to try to shop as early as you can. Food stuff, naturally, everybody knows that a lot of things become really expensive very, very close to the market. So do not wait till the last minute before you begin to go and shop for things, especially food items, when everybody is in a rush and then people are offering 2-3 times the amount because they really, really want those commodities at that time. And at that time, even the vendors and the sellers are very aggressive and restless because they know that people are desperate and they want to buy. So you may not really get a good bargain. Shopping in Nigerian markets can be very exciting and interesting, but it's important to be cautious and to be security aware and alert as you go through these markets. Knowing some of the tips that I have mentioned, you can have a safe and enjoyable shopping experience. Please share more of your shopping tips. A lot of things, I'm sure I've not mentioned many. There are many that a lot of us, our mothers are superstars. So I'm sure there are many that I've not mentioned. So please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this video.